What's a privilege you grew up with that you weren't aware of until recently? I grew up in a family where my parents never fought in front of me. They had a rule that if they disagreed, they would talk about it after I went to bed. I never heard them raise their voices at each other, and I always thought this was normal. I remember one time when I was about 10, I heard them talking in the kitchen after I was supposed to be asleep. I got up to get a glass of water and accidentally overheard them having a serious discussion about money. They were worried about paying the bills that month. I remember feeling scared and went back to bed without getting my water. The next morning, I asked my mom if everything was okay. She smiled and said, "Of course, sweetheart. We just have to be careful with our spending this month." I didn't think much of it at the time. Years later, when I was in college, I was talking to my mom about how I never heard them fight. She laughed and said, "Oh, we fought plenty. You just didn't hear it." She then told me about that night I overheard them. They were really struggling financially, but they didn't want me to worry. They worked it out and never let me see how hard it was for them. I realized then how lucky I was to grow up in a home where my parents protected me from their struggles.